me going for Freeze and Heather. They were awesome. Hi, how you doing? I'm Eric. And, yeah, wooers, all right. There we go. Yeah. Classy, right? Classy. When I was growing up, I wanted nothing more than to have a girlfriend. I wanted somebody who I felt really comfortable with and eventually I could kind of fall in love with. But the one thing that was standing in my way was my devastating fear of relationships. And so when I was 8, my parents got divorced, and I was primarily raised by my mom and my 2 older sisters, all girls, all very angry with men. And in addition to that, my oldest sister was a lesbian and going through a militant phase. So they spent a lot of time talking shit about men, and I spent a lot of time in my room alone. So when I was in high school, my friends started dating, and I felt really conflicted because I thought on one hand, if I dated a girl for longer than a week, she'd eventually figure out I'm just another lame guy, and so she would sit around with her friends and talk shit about me. But yeah, I know, right? But then on the other hand, I was nearing my sexual peak and my hormones were going crazy. So my compromise was I would look for girls whom I heard would be okay going out with a guy only once or twice. Now, despite the fact I've only gotten to first base, my constant jumping from one girl to another convinced my 2 friends and I, both band and theater geeks, that I was gaining a reputation as a womanizer. July 1st, 1993. I'm 13. Well, today I started band camp. Help! Why do I say such things? Because I know in the year to come, Mr. Zuniga is gonna make me play the vibraphone, and I don't know how to play it at all. So now I must ask the question, to play or not to play? July 2nd. Nicole called today. I was figuring if she's psycho enough to take 12 Tylenol in one sitting, well, I don't know if I should be making out with her. July 8th. I was thinking today and I thought, what's so bad with Nicole? Seriously, what are her downsides? But I was also thinking about Erin and her feelings, so I came up with a plan that'll solve all of my problems. Truth. First, I'll tell Nicole that I met this great girl, and that ends her. Second, I'll tell Erin about Nicole and me. Either she'll forgive me or we'll break up. See? It'll work. Quick side note, Erin and I went out once. July 9th. Do people ever really know when they're jerks? I'm an okay guy, I guess. I mean, there's sometimes I find myself thinking, that was nice what I did. But then there's other times I find myself saying, how can people stand being around me? Well, screw it. I'm taking control of my life. I'm gonna be the kind of person that I wanna be. And by the way, good night. July 10th. Well, I found out what's wrong with Nicole today. She's a fucking lunatic. She hits adults, she gets put in restraints. I mean, come on. Is this the type of relationship I want? I don't think so. July 15th. Things to do. 1, write a letter to Nicole breaking things up. 2, call Erin and break up. 3, buy a rose for Kelly by Saturday. 4, decide whether or not to go to the Wizard of Oz. July 28th. Help! On Sunday, there was a sermon on love, and I realized I don't have a girl to love. I mean, there's a lot of girls that I like, but no one I can call my own. I've never been in love before, and I don't know what it feels like. I just want to feel love. August 30th. Saw Robin Hood, Men in Tights. Wow. October 4th, I discovered how I can clear my reputation. You know, all I think about is girls and I'm incapable of love. Get together with a girl for 1 month, then break up, and then go crying to your friend. Literally, tell him your sob story, then take a slower pace with girls, but you can't tell anyone. October 6th, please disregard the previous page. I read it, and it sounds demeaning. November 15th, summary. I hate the school play. I got into the jazz band. I got felt up. Also, I'm tired. December 4th. Well, I've gone to 2 cast parties, always at Denny's. Always go on for hours. At the end, Jose said, "You haven't lived until you've had to hold onto the ground to keep from falling off the sides of the earth." Bye. Okay, so we flash forward to my junior year. My reputation for being non-committal was really growing. My friends had all surpassed me sexually, and up until then, I was kind of I was like a little boy, kind of groping around in the dark. But that all changed because that fall I was cast as Rooster Hannigan in the Wilcox High School production of Annie. Yeah. So one day after rehearsal, I had to take my camera to school. February 10th, 1995. A boy getting close to his sexual peak is like a time bomb waiting to go off, and today I exploded. All I had to do was take a picture, which I did, one hell of a picture, with all the Chargerettes aligned perfectly, except for one dumb shit who fucked up my shot. But after that disappointment, I moved on. Then she appeared, the Temptress. She led me to the backstage door, and with each step I took, I left a piece of my innocence behind. She bent over and rubbed her devilish torso towards my special purpose. I decided to make the next step. I felt her panties, which were black, I think. And then discovered her secret garden. I forced my fingers of pleasure into the holiest of holy. She moaned and returned with a hand inside my boxer shorts. In a simultaneous rhythmic moaning, we began our journey to ecstasy. Suddenly, she stopped and made me promise not to tell anyone. When I pressed her for an answer why, she merely smiled and repositioned her head over my groin. All I could think was, what the hell is this shit on my fingers? But that thought quickly vanished when I felt a warming sensation all over my body, but mostly in the crotch area. The feeling was overwhelming and incredible. And when she finished, she cleaned up quite nicely. Oddly enough, the only thought going through my head was, get this shit off my fingers! We didn't have words, we just kissed and walked away. I walked home alone and sexually drained. Man, what a day. January 7th, 1996, I spoke with two women tonight. Katie told unto me that women conquest. They try to get a man to fall in love with them. Once their feat has been accomplished, they leave. I was sickened with disbelief. For a man to have his way with a woman, then just walk away is wrong, but for a woman to bring a man to the paramount of emotion, then just drop him, well, let me just say you read a lot about love in suicide notes. She's changed the way I think about women. I'm scared maybe I was right. Maybe everyone is using everyone. I hope I'm wrong. So that really sealed the deal. I went through the rest of my high school career, and I never really had a girlfriend that lasted more than a couple of days. And then I graduated, and I found that outside high school, I was a nobody, and I could kind of shed my persona. And I was allowed to actually just kind of be myself. June 31st, 1997. Well, quite a lot has happened. I graduated from high school, gone on my senior trip, waste of time, and lost my virginity, pathetic. Although I'd have to say my crowning achievement has to be a girl. No, a woman. Her name is Susie, and she's dangerously close to perfect. She makes me feel so wonderful. I feel good looking and funny and muscular. For the first time in my life, a good-looking, fucking perfect girl of my dreams kind of girl wants to be with me. I think about her all the time. I'll be in bed and I'll think about her. My whole body squishes up. Hell, I even love her dog. I told Susie that I'm in love with her. In the past 3 months I've been with Susie, I've learned more about myself than in the past 18 years. I always believe that I'm a bit more mature for my age, but when it comes to love and relationships, I'm very inexperienced. Now I just have to make sure not to fuck it up. Play it super cool, dipstick. Thank you very much.